Hello everybody! I have an announcement to make. The Cybersecurity Challenge Germany 2020 is starting now. It's a competition for German school and university students, a CTF. It goes 3 months, so March, April and May, and it's an online qualification round. There will be multiple challenges released over these 3 months, and the best ranking juniors and seniors will be invited to an on-site finale, and out of that finale we will create a team that then goes on to the European Cybersecurity Challenge and participates on a European-wide competition against the other countries. But even if you don't make it to the finals or don't make it to the European Cybersecurity Challenge, it's still fun to participate and maybe to get to know a lot of new people and maybe find other new friends that are interested in CTF. I will talk a bit more about the background, why I'm suddenly announcing this and what my involvement here is with that in the second part of the video, but I just want to quickly give you an overview of what this challenge is about and just to give you some parameters. You will find the links to everything in the description, obviously. Actually, we don't have the domain up right now as I'm recording this video, but it should all be available once you see this video. So obviously this is a static video. The information I'm sharing might already be out of date. So always make sure to check the website and the rules and all the information there because the stuff I say now might be out of date. So there are 3 categories where you can participate in. So there are the juniors, which is any German between the age of 14 and 20 years old. You can also participate as a senior if you are above 20 but below 25. If you are not German or if you are too old, you can still participate and solve challenges as an external. But note that this doesn't count towards the finals or anything beyond that. It's mainly a competition for students. But obviously we want to open it up and for anybody to solve challenges and learn and explore and maybe meet new people. So part of this competition is also Discord. It's mainly for players to meet each other, to talk, to be frustrated and rage about challenges that they can't solve. And hopefully, new friends will be found there and maybe you can find a CTF team there and all this kind of stuff. Hopefully it's a social place to find people with the same interest. It's mainly a German competition, so this Discord is more like for the German main participants, but there are some opportunities for international channels as well. And so, feel free to join, but keep in mind that mainly this is a communication platform for the competition, for the German competition. It's not a LiveOverflow Discord, okay? So, you don't expect this to be a LiveOverflow community. If you have no experience with CTF, then the scoring of the challenges might be a bit weird. We use a dynamic scoring system. This basically adapts the score based on how many solves there already were. So if you solve a challenge early, it looks like you get a lot of points, but the more the people solve it, the less it will be worth. There's no rush. You don't need to be first to get a lot of points because your points will also diminish by the amount of solves. This is a way because it's very hard to gauge if a challenge is hard and gets a lot of points or easy and gets little points. So basically, if a challenge gets solved a lot because it's easy, then it's worth less points in the end. And if a challenge is hard, then it gets little solves and then it will be worth more points. And it's a dynamic system that will adapt over time. So don't worry about weirdly changing scores. It's part of the idea. And it's also important, obviously, that no solutions are being shared. As soon as a solution is leaked, becomes public, is shared, it will obviously diminish your points as well. Hopefully this discourages you from cooperating with friends or working in a team because, you are participating here as an individual. It's a competition. So please honor that. As soon as you share the solution of a challenge, the points will draw down. Obviously, we are huge fans of, helping each other, sharing interesting resources that you find, tutorials that you find. Share this with your friends and participate in the competition, but don't cooperate together. Don't solve challenges together. That would be really great. It's a competition after all. Yeah, that's all I had to announce. Please join the Cybersecurity Challenge 2020. Also, if you are from a different European country, check out the local security challenges. As I mentioned, in the end, it will be a finals across all of Europe. So there's a good chance that your country also has a national equivalent to this. And now let's move on to the second part. What is my involvement here? Why do I announce this here on the channel? Like, what's going on? I myself have actually participated in the Cybersecurity Challenge Germany in 2013 and 2014, I believe. I never went to the European finals because of personal reasons, but I participated in the German finals. Here, this is actually a picture of me from the finals. I'm sitting there at my laptop. I guess you can recognize me. I just look the same, but a bit younger. And actually the person that you can also peeking forward, that you can see like leaning forward, he is also helping and organizing this event. So many of us that are actually now organizing this event were participants in the past. It turned out that for a lot of us, this competition was a very important part to our career and lives. We have at least one very successful startup that came out of people meeting through that. I have made personally great friends through that. Other people have gone on and found careers and friends. And most importantly, the CTF team I'm playing with, the German team Alles, is a team that arose from participants at the Cybersecurity Challenge Germany. The name Alles actually comes from us being frustrated in IRC, saying, I tried everything. Alles is the German word for everything. I tried everything, nothing is working, because the challenges were kind of not so great back then. But this was kind of like a meme that developed, and at some point suddenly we had a CTF team. I have no clue. So yeah, for us it was a very interesting and fun experience, and I have gained a lot through it. Even the challenges weren't that great in the past and some other stuff, but you know, it doesn't really matter. The networking effect it had for me and meeting new people and finding people interested in CTFs and having then such a successful CTF team coming out of it for us means a lot to me and us. And so at the end of last year, an opportunity arose because the current organizers, which wanted to run this as a for-profit commercial competition. And so they decided to drop out of the organization and sponsoring part. And we saw this as an opportunity to take over this mostly commercially focused competition and make it a community-owned thing. So we actually founded, or I guess we are still technically in the founding process, a foundation, or I'm not sure what the English term is, an association. In Germany, it's called a Verein. It's like a club. That will organize this now. It's a community-driven association. Everything is transparent. There are members, we have meetings, everything is basically public and transparent and easily visible. So there are no commercial interests from us to make money or anything. We even can't, we deliberately didn't create a company to organize this. We deliberately created this public association so to be able to be transparent and have this community-driven focused event. So we don't have commercial interests, but we do need money to run the event. Especially the on-site event will be very expensive because we need to pay for hotel and travel for all the finalists and all that stuff. And of course, this money always goes back into supporting young IT security talents. That's the main purpose and goal of this. I want to help with the marketing, to spread the word that this is happening. So that's kind of like my part of it. I've also created a couple of challenges for the CTF. So if you are curious about the challenges I made, there's especially one I'm kind of proud of, but it will be coming later during the event. So it is not there now, but I think they are going to be cool. So there are a couple of small things I still want to quickly mention. So obviously the challenge and also the association has kind of the main goal of supporting German IT security talents, young people. So obviously it has somewhat, it's a bit gatekeeping. It's only for Germans. However, we only see it, the main purpose is to organize the challenge. That is our core motivation. And this is the German part of the challenge for this European-wide event. It's a European-wide IT security event, and we are just the small part of Germany. We are just few young people that want to give back and do something. So obviously we can't do anything on a global scale and support IT talents everywhere in the world. We are obviously most effective locally here where we are at. I wish it could be more global, but I will share the whole experience and anything that is learned there and what's going on also here on YouTube in English. So you can still somewhat participate and kind of like learn from this process, even if you are not a German student. The other small thing is, obviously the idea is here to support young talents. One very important aspect, especially important to me, this is not an elitist supporting thing, okay? We are not here to support IQ 200 people. It's supporting young people that are interested in IT security of any skill level, of any experience, of any kind of, whatever. This is not a place for elitist and arrogant people to be here like, oh, look at me, I'm such a crazy cool hacker. This is a supportive place, and we will not tolerate any asshole who comes in there and ruins it for other people and being toxic as hell and stuff like this, okay? We are very hard with this. We want to give people a place where they can go to and learn in a understanding environment, where they are not judged, where they are happy to ask questions, where they can learn, and where they don't feel pressured and scared being, arrogant people looking down upon them. This is very, very important to me, and very important to all of us others too. Zero tolerance for assholes. Please behave and make this a nice supporting place for everybody. Another small thing is obviously the name Cyber Security Challenge Germany. I know, it's cringy. The first time I heard about this event when I participated, I kind of participated ironically. Like who would even take an event with such a name seriously? Well, it is what it is. The people that originally organized it thought that that's a good name. For now, we live with it. Maybe we change it at some point, but we have so much to think about, so much to organize. It's so much work to do. Changing the name is something annoying that might happen in the future or might not happen. We don't know. It was just a low priority thing. We all know it's not the coolest name, okay? But please don't let this stop you from participating. So yeah, I've been quite busy with preparing videos for this, preparing challenges, and also obviously participating in the whole founding process of this. It's something I'm very excited about and something I'm a bit proud about, and I hope it helps a lot of people in the end, and I hope we can make an awesome event for you. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure I will annoy you with update videos about how the competition is going and keep advertising it a little bit. I hope this doesn't annoy you. I think it's very relevant to my channel, and I think it's an awesome thing. And there are obviously cool challenges to have walkthroughs and talk about and explore, and it will be interesting because I've never really been on the side of organizing a CTF. So this is the first time that I've also written challenges myself and other people will solve, and I will see their write-ups of that, because write-ups are required for this competition. So yeah, it will be really interesting, and I hope it will be cool content for the channel as well. And one last thing, if you are in a company and you would like to support such an association, check out our websites, nfits.de. All this information will be updated once the foundation is fully founded. So please keep that in mind. I will remind you about it and check it out. Any help is appreciated there.